Inside your pack, you're going to find your instructions. The good thing about the instructions, it gives you absolutely all your bill of materials for the job, all your measurements for the job. This is sent to you from your dealer before your pack arrives, which will allow you to get your concrete slab ready if you're going with the concrete slab, or give you the foundation measurements if you're going to do an elevated foundation. The best thing to do is, before you even start, just make sure that you've got your right width and your length. Check your diagonals as well, and that the concrete slab has been poured as per the engineer's specifications, which your dealer will give you to as well. Okay, so with the twin skin log cabin, you're going to find you're going to have two sets of foundation beams. This one here is a 100mm wide, and there's going to be one on the inside being a 70mm wide. Same as your normal cabins, you're going to put a damp course membrane just underneath your foundation beam, and then what you'll have is your side beam, which is the same rebate, so it's all cut to size for you. The rebates will simply interlock over each other to the exact same size as your slab. Then we're going to Dynabolt these down with M10 Dynabolts. So we've gone through and we've actually stapled the damp course membrane down to the bottom of the foundation beam. That's sticking out about 10mm. We've put it down, we've squared it up to make sure it's nice and square. And like I said, they rebate over the top of each other. And then the next thing we're going to do is Dynabolt these ones down, because we're doing a slab on this one. Because of the head of the Dynabolt, and we don't want that protruding out the top of the foundation beam, I've got a 7/8 blade bit just to recess that Dynabolt down, and that's going to enable the head to sit flush or down below the top of the foundation beam. The next thing to do is just to drill it out, and then you can hammer drill down into the concrete to secure each connection. Do that at 600 centres or as per your engineering, and that'll secure your foundation beams. The other thing I've done on this foundation beam is I've actually come in 30mm. If I was to come and drill over this side, as we put the Dynabolt in, it could actually make the side of the slab bellow out or even crack. So we want to avoid that. So make sure you work towards more to the inside of your beam to secure that down, and like I said, 600 centres to secure that. So we've just put in the perimeter, which was the 100mm foundation beams, the treated pine foundation beams. Then we've got a 70mm inner perimeter being a twin skin. So that's simply all cut to length for you, just like your outside perimeter logs. So we'll put these down, put them in, and it should be just a nice snug fit. And like I said, everything's pre-cut, so it should all just fit in nicely, and we'll end up with a 170 outside wall. This will have about a 50-odd mm cavity inside, and that's going to be perfect for you to be able to run your services as well. That's one of the best things about having a twin skin cabin. Run your services, your insulation, and it gives you that better R value. Just like your outside foundation beam, we need to secure the inside foundation beam as well. This is just basically replicating what you've done on the outside. Go around, secure that down, and then we're actually going to be ready to start laying the logs. When we're Dynabolting the inner beams, it's a good idea to maybe just get a couple of G-clamps and keep it nice and tight against that. Being timber, it is naturally, having a bit of a curve on it. So G-clamps work well for that. So just like with your normal single skin logs, with your twin skin you've got just double the amount of base logs. Like normal, they have a half log to start off the shortest side, which will then have it covered over by a full log, which will usually be on the rear, which will be normally your longest side. The thing you want to make sure of is that it is slightly overhanging the bottom of your foundation beam, usually about say 2 to 3mm. And that's going to form a bit of a drip edge. On this particular building, what we're going to do is we're going to lay the logs out, check our squareness, and then that means we can actually secure the inside part first, which I'll do now. Make sure that's down nice and flush, and then what we can do then is actually change this log over to this one, secure the backside, and that means we've got our bases all nicely secure. Just making sure that your base logs are nice and straight. You can run a string line from one side to the other, and just make sure that the base log is just fitting nice and snug against that string line. So we're up to the point where we've put down the treated timber bases. So that was 100mm and a 70mm. We've dyno bolted that down to the slab, so that's all nice and secure now. We've got our half logs for the shortest length of the cabin, and that's been secured down now as well. And now we're ready to put our full logs, which is the rear and the front, and to start building the cabin. So we've got our 2 side logs down, they're the half ones. We've got our full 2 logs across the back now. And now once we've got those 2, but basically the process will be side, side, rear, front. Side, side, rear, front. So we'll get the next 2 on. Do the outside first. It doesn't matter which way you go first, but as long as we all got the same routine. Sometimes if the joint's not too tight, just check down the middle and just push that one in for us, just to make sure that it's a nice tight fit. Yep, that's nice, and we'll do the next log. It'll go in like this. Again, keeping your block over the joint. On the middle there a little bit, that's good. And that's our intersecting corners. So the good thing, again, like I said about the twin skin, is that we've got the cavity, we can run services in there, our insulation, and it conceals it really nicely.